What's up guys, Noah from Stage 3 Motorsports, and today we're going to be doing an install on this amp bed extender for the Ford Ranger. Now there's actually two versions of this. We have the HD Max here, but there's also the HD Sport, which is just a little bit smaller, but the install overall is going to be pretty much the same. Now another thing worth noting is we're installing this on a truck that doesn't have a factory bed liner or anything blocking the holes on the sides where we're going to be mounting it. If you do have a liner, you can probably cut it out of the way to actually get your brackets in place, but for us we're going to just skip that step and go straight to putting it on. So let's get this thing out of the box and start the install. So let's start by getting our brackets mounted on the inside of the bed. You'll see that you'll have both a driver side and a passenger side bracket, and then you should have 4 bolts here that are 10 millimeters, and you can tighten these down with a ratchet. And then with those bolts, we're gonna have a couple different washers. And so you're gonna wanna put the small washer on first, and that's gonna go on the outside, and then 2 washers that are gonna go behind the bracket to help space it out slightly. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this first one put on. Now, as you can see here, the brackets have holes on them that are kind of ovaled out, and this allows you to shift it up or down to get the bed extender in the right position. Now, because we have a bed mat in our bed, that is going to cause the extender to sit slightly higher. So to compensate for that, we're actually going to shift the bracket up, and that way we get that little bit of extra height so everything sits level and it's not kind of at a funky angle with the bed mat in here. Okay, with this side tightened down, let's do the same on the other side. With our brackets installed on both sides, we now have got everything unboxed that we need to actually put the extender together. So you should have 2 sides of the cage as well as these 3 bars that connect it. Now you'll see that on each of these bars I put some tape on here, and what you want to do is basically measure 7 inches in from each end so the tape marks the edges, and that's going to show you how much you need to compress this to get it to the right width to actually fit your truck. So with that step out of the way, now we can work on actually assembling it. With our 3 bars in place, we can go ahead and remove the tape now, and we're gonna need to actually fit these to the actual rack so they stay in place. And the way we're gonna do that is with these black plastic pieces. Now you'll see that there's some kind of grooves cut into the insides of these, and on one side of those, the grooves are slightly taller, and that's to compensate for the difference in height here between the actual bar and the corner piece that it's connecting to. So we're gonna line it up. We'll do the smooth side on the outside, the bolts on the back. It'll pressure fit and hold them in between, and that's going to lock this into place. So now we've got all the screws tightened down in the back. It pulled those plastic pieces together, and you can see that this thing is solid now on this side. So all we have to do is basically replicate the same steps on the other side to get it tightened together, and then we can get it mounted on the brackets. All right, now to actually get the bed extender in place on the brackets that we put on the truck, you'll see that there's 2 little round notches kind of on the sides here on each end of the extender, and those are just going to slot into the round section of the bracket, and then that'll allow us to rotate this in and out of the bed as we need it. Perfect. So now that we've got the extender in place, the only other thing you need to worry about is with it sitting on your tailgate like this, they do give you these little straps that go on the sides. Now these straps are gonna basically just click right into the latch that you have for your tailgate, and then you can adjust this to tighten it down. So if you pull some of the slack through and pull it tight, you'll see that that's gonna hold this down in place so it doesn't accidentally bounce up or your cargo isn't able to slip out from underneath, which is a really handy feature. And then all you have to do is reach under and release the tailgate to get those free. Now once they're free, the other handy thing is, because of the brackets being rotational, we can swing this over into our bed, and that allows us to still close the tailgate from behind. So guys, that is going to be a wrap on this install for the AMP bed extender. As always, we appreciate you watching, and if you're interested in picking up this kit for your truck, you can head down the description below and click that link, and I will see you guys next time.